All right, here we go. Another fucking video. Part motherfucking 2 with J-Dawg right here. You motherfuckers been wanting to see this shit, so here the fuck we are. Welcome.
On demand, fucking part goddamn 2, right? Because they did part one went over really well, right? Like a lot of people watched it.
Yeah, it did. It's still gets a lot of traction on there. People are still commenting on there, so it went over pretty fucking good. So
oh, sweet, yeah, cool. Yeah, as a lot of people said that like the collab and that it would be the obvious collab. And not to mention, did you see? I forget who it was. Somebody sent it to me, but another YouTube channel. He made a one of those short videos, and it's me and you on the phone. Did you see that? Did anyone send it to you?
Yes, that was Drucifer. He has a page. And what's funny, he lives around my area. I don't know him. I mean, I know him through YouTube, but I've never met him in person. But he seems like a really cool guy. He has good knowledge. But yeah, I saw that video. I was laughing my ass off, man.
So he lives like, when you say your area, is he going to the same shows you are, like driving distance?
Yeah, because I live around the Houston area and he does too. So I'm sure I stood right by him many times over the years. Didn't even know it.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, damn.
Maybe
yeah, somebody sent me that. I didn't know. I was like, cool. I was like, I didn't have to, because unless people send me this shit, I don't know about it.
Yeah, actually, the reason I saw it is he tagged me in it and I posted. I saw it and it was pretty fucking funny. So Drucifer, if you're watching, I'm sure he will. He watches all your videos, mine, and I comment on his, so I'm sure he'll see this. So
is he a new channel then?
What's it? Yeah, he does. It's just Drucifer.
No, but is it new? Like, has he been around before you and I, or?
You know what? He had a channel. It's been around for quite some time, but I think he dropped off, and then now he's back at it.
Okay.
But his channel is really good. I like to listen to his because it's very matter of fact, and it's no crying pussy shit on there. It's just straightforward, and yeah. I mean, I've never met him in person, but I'm pretty sure if I did, I'd probably get along with him really well.
Sure.
Yeah, it's good channel. Good channel.
Speaking of channels, then, is there any channels in the metal world that you have seen? You've seen more that you, because people ask me the same thing. I was like, I don't really know too many because I'm just out of the loop. But you're probably more in the loop that you just absolutely hate. For you personally?
Yeah, there's some that I hate. Actually, there's one channel I saw. I don't even want to name names because I'm not the type. When I talk shit, I like to say it to their face. So if they want to have a problem, I can slap the shit out of them. So I'm not going to mention who. It's this one channel. It's very popular, and it's this fucking idiot that thinks he acts like he's so condescending. He knows everything and talks about, but not just metal. It's about all kinds of hardcore, new metal, all this fucking garbage. But he'll have videos about black metal of how I don't see how people get into this. It's very weird. But the most ignorant fucking thing I ever heard him say on there is, like me, I fucking hate rap. I fucking despise it. It makes me sick when I hear it. And he said, a comment on it said, yeah, most people that don't like rap, for the most part, they're racist. I'm like, motherfucker, it sounds like shit to me. I don't care if it's a white guy, an Asian guy. It sounds like fucking garbage. I don't like it.
Yeah. No, that's like literally, that's the equivalent of stupidity of saying, if you don't like country, you're racist against white people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
like,
somebody said that I don't like black music. Fucking Nat King Cole's Christmas album is my favorite Christmas album. So fuck him. But yeah,
I can imagine some of the channels that I've seen. I'm just, oh man, yeah, Rhed probably can't fucking stand this shit.
Yeah, but honestly, like most of the metal channels that I correspond with, they're pretty cool. I mean, they like good stuff. They're not talking shit. There's another guy called No Solution, which it's newer, but he has a fucking solid channel. And when I say solid, they're not doing all these animations and bullshit, but they're a solid personality, and I'd probably get along with them if I met them in person.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's the channels I would probably like is, yeah, exactly. People that I feel like I get along with.
Yeah.
But fortunately or unfortunately for me, there's not a whole lot of people that are like that.
Oh no, man. Most of the time people make me fucking sick and all this shit. But how I'm able to listen to this shit, most of the time when I'm driving, I'll just plug in my phone and listen to their audio in the car because I don't have a lot of time to just sit around and watch fucking videos all the time.
Correct. That's all I do. When I do any YouTube I do is almost, I would say 99% of it is just listening. I very rarely watch anything on YouTube. I'm just listening to it usually when I'm doing emails and shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the only time I have time to watch some shit is when I'm about to go to bed, and I'll pop it on and
That's
watch
exactly what I
something.
do.
Yeah.
Same here. So I think just to wind down and fall asleep too.
Or kind of like with your videos, yours are very convenient because it's it's going to be there every morning. So when I'm getting ready for the day, I'll just pop it on, eat breakfast, and watch that. So that's why you have a good thing going, because it's going to be there every day, and from your part, it's easy to make videos. You just answer the questions. Yeah. And plus, motherfuckers are paying for them too.
They better fucking be with the shit that fucking dumb shit I'm getting these days.
No, it's good though. I mean, it's I think somehow you, as a creator, you should get paid. I mean, like for us, I don't monetize this channel because I could, but I know it would not get accepted because all the profanity and everything that's on here. There's no fucking way.
It's funny you say it because you know me, I'm still not getting monetized, right?
Yeah.
Technically, the monetized it works. It's just that the bank account thing still don't work.
I remember you were saying that,
but so still doesn't work. Every bank, dude. I've even tried our company accounts. I've tried Lindsay's account. I tried like 5 bank accounts. It denies all of them. I know it's some glitch with the Google's AdSense. Yeah. The thing is I'm almost kind of like, fuck it, because there is a balance. Because like you said, dude, now that I have subscribers and people talking and shit, it's only a matter of time that it's either A, it's going to get videos taken down, B, channel taken down, or C, most of it just demonetized anyways because I swear shit a lot. So it's like I probably won't anyways. Well, that's why people say with like the $10 questions or selling channel shirts, I'm like, dude, you guys get a fucking free video every day. If somebody wants to throw me a bone, I'm doing free work. And because some people have the audacity and stupidity to think like, that's his job. I'm like, no, it's not. I was like, I'm literally making the exact same amount of money as I was years before of never doing this channel. I was like, this is extra credit work, brah. This ain't like, oh, he's doing this now, so X over here that he was doing, now Billy's doing it. No. J-Dawg's doing both plus this. So it's just free labor is all it is.
Yeah, I don't see a problem. I mean, somebody paying $10 to get a album review or get their question in. Because I mean, even though you just push record and start talking, it's time. Time is fucking money, So
yeah, and to be honest, the reviews, let's call it like it is. I mean, 90% of the shit is like, I don't even want to listen to this crap. So it's like, fucking, you're gonna have to pay me for it. And it's like, it's funny because again, I'm just getting warmed up, man. We're not even at 2 years yet. Next month, the end of the month will be 2 years. Imagine in 10 years and shit. I mean, dude, when you have, granted, it's never celebrity status. But celebrities and shit like that are big people with a lot of subscribers that get a lot of views. Dude, they charge like $1,000 a post.
Yeah.
Some more. It's like, what? Think about it, dude. If you got 1 million people with eyeballs, it's like, why would you're getting a free shout out. You're getting free advertising. Like you're going to pay for that. That's just what it is. Yeah. Like, but why would you think that you want it?
Yeah, I think there should be some compensation because I mean, of course, you do it for the love of it, and like on our part, how we get paid is we sell a shitload of CDs just from this channel. I mean, T-shirts, we fucking printed shirts and sold out like that. So,
by the way, so I'll say it on your channel. We got it. I'm sure it's been sitting there, but 2 days ago, opened it. Your pack came. So everybody want a free goddamn Mordant Rhed demo 2. I'm assuming that's demo 2. Second one I've heard.
Yeah.
I got a box full of them. So if you place a reasonable size order and say, hey, J-Dawg, give me that goddamn Mordant Rhed CD.
Absolutely. Yeah, when I sent you, there's 2 versions. One that's in the special DVD case. I said,
I saw the case. So it was the same thing. It was just, because the other one was in the 7-inch. The first one was the 7-inch cover one, the special issue one.
Yeah. Try to make some cool packaging, man. Fuck all that little pussy ass shit with nothing on there. Want to make sure people get their money's worth,
Well, hey, it's better than some bands if they don't do a cassette or whatever, if they do their demo. Sometimes it's just they hand you a CDR with just, if you're lucky, dude, handwritten fucking song titles.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus fuck, you guys ain't trying at all.
Yeah, that's why try to make sure when people order shit, make sure it's worth it. I put a bunch of extra crap in there, and the ones that I sent you, the little small slip case, that's the free ones. But the one that we sell is the actual DVD case with the lyric sheet and the insert and all that shit.
Okay. So what do you want me to do with the DVD ones then? How do you want me to do that?
I think I only sent a couple. Just keep it or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I mostly just sent a shit ton of those, or I can't remember how many of the little small.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a bunch, and I didn't count them, but there's a bunch. Yeah. Yeah, dude, honestly, as far as it's crazy with the channel too. What people see, they just see videos going up. between packages, like, yeah, dude, people send me shit all the time. I said, there's just random stuff. Sure, I mean, it's cool, but it's, at the same time, it's kind of overwhelming.
Yeah. Oh, I could imagine
Yeah,
because the same thing happens to me, but I know it's for you, I'm sure even more so having a fucking distro and label and everything.
yeah.
But people
No, I know.
send,
Yeah, so it's kind of like that's why I probably like, oh, he didn't say nothing to me that he got it. I'm like, dude, every video of me showing packages and shit, and then
oh, yeah.
people will be bitching about that.
Yeah. No, I'm realistic about that. I'm not, oh my God, he didn't fucking say anything.
Well, I
Fucking,
just saw it. Yours, I just saw 2 days ago. So, oh fuck
yeah.
yeah, here it is. Because dude, if you saw a receiving pile in the warehouse, you'd laugh your ass off. You'd be like, what the fuck? This is to be opened and posted? Yep. You
I
would
believe it.
fucking laugh, dude. It's like a mountain. Like it's like you would laugh your ass off. You'd be like, holy fuck, this looks like the goddamn USPS store. So, yeah.
That's good. I mean, it's I'm glad to hear that, that people are still sending you shit, buying stuff. And actually that kind of segues into something I wanted to kind of talk about. I know you had mentioned before on your channel about that there's too many fucking bands in the scene and whatnot. I know
Mm-hmm.
you covered this on the channel, but just want to briefly talk about that. Um, in some aspects, I agree, but other way I don't. And the reason I feel that it's okay to have all these bands because I think back in the early 90s when the death metal thing really took off, and then by the time you got 93, 94, there was just all these bands. Every label was putting out a band, and it was kind of overwhelming, but you can just kind of pick and choose what you listen to. And that how, like, even now, people are constantly sending me music to listen to, streaming bullshit, and it goes in one ear out the other because it's just too
Yeah.
much.
Correct.
But the reason I say it's okay with all these new bands because I don't have to listen to them all. But
Sure. Yeah. I came to that conclusion because I was like, yeah, you're just not going to be able to. Yeah, that I
but
jumped to. Yeah.
yeah, but it's cool though that there are people that are still passionate, wanting to make music. It's
Sure.
cool because I think when it comes to extreme metal, it's a different type of person that really sticks with it, and they're
Sure.
normally creative people and they want to do something. Because everybody, like for example, in the band Mordant Rhed, all the guys in the band, they're all in their mid to late 40s. I've known
Mhm.
them for 30 years, and they all have been listening to that shit since back then. And we're still making music. We just want to just
Yeah.
put it out there. And I think that, it's cool. I mean, there's a lot of mediocre shit, a lot of good stuff, but just choose what you want to listen to.
Yeah. No, I think my only part with that, what I was saying is that is a lot of bands that I meet, younger and older, it just seems like the guys themselves are not fan of the music that they're creating,
Yeah.
like of the actual genre. I'll give you a prime example. I don't think I'm throwing him under the bus. If he said it, no problem. Forget his name, but it's the current singer of the band Sorcery, the Swedish band.
Yeah.
They did Blood Chilling Tales back in the day, and their demos are what I thought were best. But anyways, an old Swedish band. They played Metal Threats, and buddy of mine brought him up to meet us because we've worked with Sorcery. Like years ago, we did a double disc of all their demos, and we were talking about music like that. I even asked, because he's old, he's well into his 50s, and I specifically asked him, like, "Do you even like listen to death metal anymore?" Or death? He's like, "No." What about stuff like classic stuff like Left Hand Path, Seven Churches? Like, yeah. He's every once in a while I'll throw that on. You know what I mean? But dude, if you were to mention any bands in the last 10 years, I mean, which I didn't, I would bet money he'd have no idea who you're talking about. Dude, I'd go as far as saying, unless he's played with them or Fest or a band like even like Toxic Holocaust, since they started in the early 2000s, as big as they are, I would not be surprised if he'd have no idea who that is. And again, this isn't a call out to him or throw him up, but I noticed that was very common. What I might, I don't per se care. I just find I'm like, well, why do you play in a death metal band?
Yeah.
You clearly have no interest. Again, the only equivalent I could say, and I've used the analogy many times, that's literally like me like starting a country band tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, why? I don't like country. Or hey, I'm going to go try to become really good at golf. I don't like golf. Why? Like it doesn't make sense to me. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the mentality.
Right.
But I
I
notice
mean,
that's very common. Very
yeah,
common.
I know that is true because I've known a lot of people that I know you can attest to this, people that have been around and they just disappear. I
Yeah,
just
yeah, oh
feel
yeah.
very lucky that I have a core of people, probably about 7 to 8 people that I've known for years, and they have listened to the shit since back then, and they still listen to it now. But
Yeah.
I know it's a rarity because I know a lot of motherfuckers that talk about, yeah, man, remember when we saw In Tune back in '91? Like, Yeah, but there's been good shit since then. It's not like that's the only thing that exists, you
Oh,
know?
that was the last thing that they were at, or
Yeah, just shit like that. People that
yeah,
live on the old days, but they don't buy nothing new or listen to anything. For me,
yeah.
I don't, it doesn't make any sense. So, and actually, that kind of goes to another thing I want to talk about. Like for you, I know would you say you've been listening to metal since 96 or something? I can't remember when you were
So when I
13.
first heard it, I was like 10, so I would have been like 95. But when I first
Okay.
started, like, yeah, when I heard like death metal shit, I'd say 97. You
Okay. I
say,
know you said it was Sacred Reich.
yeah, but I heard it had to have been before that because I was 10 years old, so I would have been 95. But Cannibal had been around 97, and then I started going to shows in 98, and that was death.
Yeah. So, with that being said, like from your personal view, after all these years still listening to it, what do you think, from your point of view, has kept you motivated to just love it and never get tired of it?
Well, I mean, to me, I always use the analogy. It's kind of like you asking me that is the equivalent of asking me why do you still like pussy or why do you still like
Yeah,
pizza? It's like
yeah,
deep down, if you like it, you like it. It's just not a motivation. It's not a cool points. It's not, hey, this is what my friends are into, so that's the group I follow. That's when I get in the car or whatever, I legitimately want to listen to Into the Grave or Once Upon the Cross or like death metal or black
yeah,
metal. I legitimately want to put that on. I'm not like, let me break the silence. I'm in the mood for the radio. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just my mind doesn't go there. It never did. Just like it's like, you know, my dick isn't interested in guys.
yeah,
It likes girls. It's not because I try to be that way or because society says that's the most normal. That's just where I go. That's just what I like. And I think a lot of people, that's why I get it. I think truly they're not that their brain doesn't work like that. They're kind of like they're 1 foot grave, 1 foot in the grave, fucking weekend warriors, or they're trying to force themselves to like it because again, a friend does, or they feel obligated for whatever reason, or maybe another one I've seen this multiple times. It's a buddy of a buddy who one guy's starting the metal band, right? And his cousin or something plays drums. He needs a drummer. And his cousin listens to music. He likes music. He plays drums. This guy's running a death metal or black metal band. He needs a drummer. So, oh, my buddy plays drums. The drummer starts the band. He listens to whatever, just basic shit. You know what I mean? Radio
yeah,
stuff or whatever, just rock and roll. So he almost feels a little obligated to listen to this a little bit because now I'm in a metal band. He's like,
right.
and his mindset was like, I just want to jam. I'm a drummer. I was never been in a band. Now I can be in a band. And then another one I've seen, I'm not going to mention any goddamn names. I know bands, they're somewhat in the metal scene. And it's like they'll join a band based on because the name's a decent size. They know they're going to tour places they'll never tour with. And it's like now they're kind of recognizing the scene. I'm just like, dude, prior to 5 years ago, you being in this band, I never knew who the fuck you were. And the bands that this band's influenced by and what started this band, I was like, I know for a fact you don't listen to it. That's
Yeah,
common as fuck too. I can
yeah.
literally
I
think of
think
exact bands on top of my head. I just don't want to say because it'll cause trouble for me.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that kind of goes to the back to the just the human psyche of how people think, because most people can't stick with one thing. They bounce around. I mean, whether
Get
it's
bored. Yeah.
whether they're into whether it's music or their career, their education or
Yeah.
whatever. One motherfucker is a Satanist one day, and then he's a born again Christian, and then he's
Right.
really right wing, and then he becomes a fucking left wing. It's just I see
Yeah.
people like that all the time where they don't stick with their convictions, and I think that's just most people are like that. That's why what I like about the extreme metal, especially people who's been around a long time, they're very strong-willed people because they're still with it and they're not, oh, I'm gonna get into fucking grunge a little bit here or go to fucking rap here, and I think that's what it is. And for me, I've always, as far as I started listening to this shit when I was younger, but I've always liked metal, but I've also really been into punk and hardcore. So I
Mhm.
think that kind of helps balance it out because sometimes I'll go 6 months and listen to nothing but fucking black metal. And then I'll pop out and go
Sure.
listen to some agnostic front for 2 weeks and switch it up, where it's not just the same thing over and over. I think that's what helped me, where I've just always just loved it, but never got burned out on it.
Well, now that you've been talking, I think a big thing that helped me that I just realized it now is that I think that just by default that I have in life is I'm an enormous creature of habit and I don't like change at all.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to put it this way. Even these guys, even the most metal of guys, that see what I do, Hells Headbangers and shit, and say they're working their 9 to 5 job, they're deep down they're thinking, are probably like, or they would openly say it. Someone told me, man, you got a great job. I would love to do what you're doing. I guarantee you 99% of the people, even the people that love this music just as much as me, if not more, they would not want to do this job for as long as I've been doing it. They would be bored stiff.
Right.
They'd be like, they'll see what's just emails and just work and packages. I guarantee you, I've been doing this for what, going on 20 years now? Or it is 20 years? It depends on how you fucking do the math. Started when I was 16.
Yeah.
But as far as a job and shit, 20 years. And they would be burnt out. I know that for a fact. Just put it this way: there's metal people that have been doing this, and they left. Why do you think they left? It wasn't because there's bad blood or they hated us or vice versa. They got bored. Like this is fucking boring.
I think that's just again, go back to human psychology, because the people that are successful in life are the ones that stick with something. Like you said, a creature of habit. They stick with it. They don't just, okay, one day I want to do this and this and this. Yeah. I'm not just music, but career-wise too. And that's the motherfuckers that are crying that they don't have any money or whatever. It's because the fucking dumbasses can't have a conviction to stick with something.
Dude, I've always known that, even by default. That wasn't even the reason why I did it. You see the most successful people, think about it, is because you're skilling your craft. If you have 30 years on the job of everything, whether you're a plumber or something like that, you're going to be a pretty goddamn good plumber.
Yeah.
You know, because you're literally becoming a master of something. So that's the way I see it, and that's why honestly, like, not that I think I'm more metal or moral knowledge. The funny thing is, dude, I don't know if I said it to you on the channel, but I've said it at least on my channel, I've said it out loud, anyways. To me, in my mind, because I meet guys like you, and I know you're older. To me, I'm a newbie still, because all the guys I grew up were much older than me. They grew up in the 80s. They were writing bands in the 80s and getting demos. They wrote Carcass. They wrote Napalm Death. They wrote Repulsion. Those are the guys I hung around with. So to me, I'm like, going into death in 1998, I'm like, that's newbie shit.
Yeah.
But doing the channel and stuff, and people I've met at shows, people are generally, usually the younger ones or even my age, they're surprised, like, holy fuck, man, you know so much about metal. If that's true, because I don't like to throw myself in that category. Like I said, I think someone probably, I'm assuming, I briefly met him, but I haven't talked to him to an extent. Someone like Ken's Death Metal Crypt would be able to school me, right? Mm-hmm. I'm assuming. So in my mind, I'm like, I think I was like, I have a decent amount of knowledge, but let's just say I have a lot by what people tell me. I was like, why do you think that is? It's because I haven't bounced around. I've been doing this. I never left, and technically do it for a living.
Yeah.
So you become good at your craft.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that 100%, because it's, again, people just don't have the conviction to stick with anything long enough.
No, they don't. 100% don't. No.
And it's not just music. It's
everything. Oh no, I've noticed
that. Career.
Yeah, that's it, dude. Because again, if you apply it to the gym, that's why when anyone in my immediate family or my in-laws, that you're at the family function that gets brought up, I'm like, dude, just please don't even waste my time asking about gym shit. I was like, the reason being is you're not going to fucking stick with it anyways. I was like, there's no way. If I tell you what to do and you're in your mind, you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm like, I promise you, you're not starting tomorrow and you're going to be still doing this and not miss a day come this time next year. That's 1 year. I was like, I promise you won't. 100% guaranteed you won't. So it's like you're just wasting your time talking about this.
That's funny, because I feel the same way. I have been an athlete since 1986 when I was 11, 12 years old, and I've never stopped. And even now, I'm 49, I still work out. I went to the gym earlier today, and it's kind of like, I know you mentioned this before, it's just like eating. I have to go. I have to go. And it's funny how you mentioned about family members asking about advice, because I remember in the past, people would ask me, hey, what about, what should I eat and this and that? And finally, I got to be where people would ask me. I said, man, just eat a bowl of ice cream and 15 Twinkies and lay on your ass. Well, it's so funny, but just that's what you're going to do. So fuck
That's what you're going to do anyways. Yeah, that's what you're going to do anyways.
Yeah.
100%.
So I get it. My workouts are different. I know yours are more heavier bodybuilding type. I'm more lean, and I lift weights and stuff, but I also do other stuff too, running and whatever. But I have to do it, or I feel like fucking dog shit.
No, to be honest with you, if you're to add up all the time, I actually do more cardio than I do weight training, because I do cardio almost every single day.
That's good.
And the reason I kind of applied that, there's multiple reasons, but one of the reasons was because as I hit around age 35, my body wasn't recovering as well. I used to weight train 5 days a week, and now I only weight train 4 days a week. And the reason I cut it back is I literally wasn't recovering. So 4 was a good number, but I got to the point where I was just bored not being in the gym.
Yeah.
So so cardio I do pretty much every day, even on the mountain and on weight training days. So I was like, well, I like being in the gym. So I go and I just do cardio.
Yeah, you kind of learn how to pick your battles where you don't overtrain. And
yeah,
I mean, I do cardio and I also go to the fucking boxing gym and I get in the fucking ring with these young fuckers and light their ass
you
up.
have access to you have a boxing ring.
Yeah,
you go, is that in your gym or is that a separate gym?
It's a summer place I go to. It's a separate one. But I mean, fucking 49 years old, I still get in there and fight with those 20-year-olds. And the thing about it, I just do it because there's times like, I don't feel like doing this, but then if I don't, I'm gonna lose it, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So
yeah.
But actually, talking about gym though, I know last time I asked you any fucked up shit in the gym. Has anything else recently happened fucked up? Because I know for me it has.
Fucked up. Want to say yes. It's just the kids and shit just annoy the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
That's not fucked up. They irritate the fucking piss out of me.
Yep.
That's just the main thing, I guess. I mean, have I ever seen anything crazy like a fight breakout or somebody do anything stupid where they drop the loaded barbell in their chest or anything? Not that I've seen, I don't think. You always see the kids, doing heavier than they want and just complete sloppy, stupid looking. But you see that no matter what.
Yeah.
That's all the time. So I don't consider that fucked up. That's just a normal day on the job as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. But I have to say, a few months ago, I saw one of the most disgusting things in the gym. I literally felt like knocking the shit out of this motherfucker. I went to the bathroom by where the sinks were at. This fat slob was naked and had his foot up on the sink, and he was getting soap and washing his balls by the sink. I was like, motherfucker, you think you're at home or something?
That's got to be an old guy doing that, right?
Oh, it was, yeah.
Oh, okay,
fat ass. Man, I just, what the fuck?
I guess you could say that. And I don't like to say that because generally speaking, they're like, oh, well, they're exercising to stay healthy. But I guess another thing that annoys the fuck out of me is when I do cardio in the morning, when I go there in the morning, and I see the old guys that are completely look like dog shit. Now, I understand the role, but put it in perspective. My dad's in his 60s, right? He's never stepped foot in a gym in his life, has never touched a weight in his life, and he looks way better than these dudes. Granted, my dad don't look good by any stretch. He's got the beer gut, shit like that. But he, physique-wise, he would send these guys home on a stretcher. These guys are legitimately going to the gym every day, and they are obese and look terrible. My question is, I'm like, dude, you're just in the way. Why do you even come here? And they're arguing me like, damn, J-Dawg, not everybody's trying to be a bodybuilder. They're just trying to stay. People do it for health, too. I get that. 100% get that. And you should do that. Here's the problem. You're not concerned about your health because I promise you, dude, your diet has to be absolute dog shit for you to have that much body fat on. Again, my dad, he just eats kind of what he wants. He's a normal American, and he's never stepped foot in a gym in his life. He's like, he's not even close to as fat as you are. You're here every day, and you're way fatter. That tells me, dude, your diet is complete dog shit. So don't give this, I'm doing it for my health shit, where you're clearly not concerned about your fucking health. Because right on out of here, you're eating a fucking 6 box of donuts.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's no way you are. So don't give it. So I question, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here, dude? You're literally just in the way taking up space.
Yeah. You see the fucking dumbasses that'll be there for 6 months and they look the same as they did 6 months prior. And
exactly the same.
Yeah, fucking bullshit.
Now, it's one thing, again, if it's the 6 months, but they're just like, they're doing a lot of cardio, they're in general decent condition, body fat wise, and they're looking the same, but they're just doing it for the health benefits, the internal benefits. That I can understand that. Yeah. I can totally understand that. But not if you look like complete deplorable, 1 foot in the grave, one on the banana peel, fucking bull dog shit. You know what I mean? I mean, some of these guys, I'm like, how did you even make it the door, dude? You look horrible.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's if you look like that, you don't even want to get out of bed. So
yeah, because like you said, at that point, I'm like, dude, if I was as big, it's like, I'm talking, there's guys, they've been coming there 3, 4, 5 years straight. I see them every day, haven't changed. And it's not like, well, he's 70 years old. Of course he's not going to look great. I'm like, no, dude, he looks deplorable. Like, should be absolutely ashamed of himself. Like, if I looked that bad, I would have literally blew my brains out. That type of shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's not even fucking trying. I was like, he can't be trying because he wouldn't be that obese. I'm not talking a little chubby, a little chunky monkey. No, flat out fat as fuck. But yeah, it's you, and it's those guys when they're annoying too. Like you said, walking around with their balls hanging out. Not they took a shower and just stepped out. Like they don't care if somebody saw their pee. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck about that either. No, they're
Yeah.
walking around and carrying a conversation with their fucking just disgustingness, just looking nasty as all hell.
Yeah. It's fucking sickening. But now talking about these young fuckers in the gym, now one thing that fucking pisses me off, it's there's most gyms have a rule, but it's a kind of a unwritten rule. You don't fucking carry gym bags and shit all over the gym. And people have big ass gym bags sitting all around gear. And finally, I got to be where if I see that, I purposely just step on that shit. And another day I did that, I could feel stuff just breaking on that bag. And I just kept on walking. I didn't have any sorrow about it at all.
I'll be honest with you. It's funny because they kind of have that rule too. I'm the guy, I carry a bag. However, I have a reason I carry a bag. I legitimately have a bunch of shit in there I use. Like, for example, I have my water with me, right? I have a fucking post-workout shake with me. I have my weight belt. I have my wrist wraps. I have elbow or knee wraps. I have a fucking sweat towel because I'm sweating my fucking balls off. And I have my chalk with me. All stuff I need during training. And I don't leave it out in the middle of the room. And I'm the first and only motherfucker that's been doing that for over 10 years at that gym. So all these kiddos can get fucked. They weren't even, they weren't even itching in their daddy's pants when I was fucking working out that gym and fucking bringing my bag around. And it wasn't nearly as crowded back then. And the gym I used to go to, it used to be a hardcore bodybuilding gym, which they had all the TV monitors do. They had like Kevin Levrone on it, Sean Rhed, Dorian Yates, class of shit. Now it's for a bunch of fucking pussy boys because it's commercialized all hell. And they have that somewhat as a rule because like the kids all fucking do it too. But the owner even says like, well, if you're doing it, I don't really care. It's like, damn fucking straight you don't. I was like, I've been coming here longer than anyone. I don't talk to anyone. I mind my own goddamn business. And I don't leave it out like an asinine fucking tool. And it's not because I have a tripod in there to record like some fucking douchebag who's its first week on the goddamn job. But yeah, I do have a bag with me.
But with that being said, I'll probably smash the guy's chalk in his bag.
Yeah.
Well, fuck him. I don't care.
I wouldn't either, dude. Yeah, most of the people, yeah, at the goddamn gym, I absolutely cannot fucking stand. There's a few of them that I like, but most of them, yeah, I can't stand.
Yeah, it's and actually the other day too, I'm coming out of the bathroom and there's these fucking cocksuckers right there by the door talking so loud and putting their arms out telling this story. And I was counting to 10. I said, I'm just gonna walk by, and they kept sticking their arm out. So this is the asshole version of me. I walked by and just fucking shoulder checked his fucking arm and just kept on walking. They just stopped. Why'd you do that? If he would have said something, I would have fucking popped him right in the fucking mouth, man. Because I just can't deal with that kind of shit.
Young guy, older guy, what?
He was probably mid-30s, so he wasn't some young punk. He should have known better than that.
Yeah.
If it was some young fucking pussy ass, they be stupid ass, don't know any better. This was a fucking adult doing that. And it just fucking just drives me crazy, man, because I respect everybody. I wouldn't do shit like that, but
yeah.
Fuck these motherfuckers.
Well, is there anyone at your actual gym that you do like?
Well, there's one guy, but I try to even not talk to them because when I'm in there, I'm in the zone. I just want to do my shit and get out. I don't want to stop and talk for 15 minutes and lose my sweat or whatever.
100%, yeah.
I purposely put my music on and have a poker face like, don't fucking talk to me.
I'm exactly the same. I want to get it so funny because the people that I've talked to, because I bumped to them outside of the gym, whether it been at a fucking a bar hanging out, restaurants, or it was afterwards in the locker room, every single one of them told me like, holy fuck, man. Like, I thought you were going to be like a complete dick. They're like, you're like the nicest guy here. I was like, oh, no, yeah. He's like, yeah, you look like you just want to kill everyone here.
Hey, man, that's how it is. You were going out at the, speaking of video, alluding to a video you said from your gym, you were out there partying with a guy that does softball coached.
I was partying with him? I wasn't partying with him. You talking about the fucking child?
That fucking molester guy.
Yeah, he's a soccer coach, dude. I can't stand
soccer,
that
whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Oh, dude, total child molester. Yeah, Elvis. I see the guy usually once or twice a week. He's another guy, like, literally, why are you even fucking here? Hasn't changed whatsoever with me. He's not, I wouldn't say he's deplorably, he's not obese, but he's definitely very noticeably, again, dude, he's well into his 50s, but my dad's for sure 10 years older than the guy, and he looks better than him. And my dad's never stepped foot in the gym.
Yeah.
I was like, so why are you wasting your time? I was like, again, well, he's training to be healthy because that's going to be their excuse. So that's what if I was to say something like that publicly, or just in a conversation, that's going to be their counter argument. Well, dude, not everybody's going for the same goals. Some are just doing it for health. It's like, I get that, but he's not concerned about his health because if he was, he wouldn't look like that. I was like, he'd be just kind of skinny or normal looking or maybe a slight layer of body fat. I was like, he would not have slabs of fat years going into the gym if he cared about his fucking health. So don't give me cut the fucking shit. And on top of it, dude, he's a complete jerk to me for no goddamn reason. No reason. I've never even talked to him. And I can see a mile away. I'm like, dude, this dude is 100% a child molester. And then as you do the math, you find out, yeah, he's coaching like little boys soccer and shit. I'm like, holy fuck. I didn't even know that prior before when I was calling child molester. I was like, dude, there's no fucking doubt. Because, dude, the way you see him interact with other people, for example, if you even remotely look like you work out, he won't even talk to you. Like literally, dude, I couldn't get an answer out of it. I asked to use something. And one of the guys that used to work at the gym, he was actually one of the younger dudes, like 2021, really strong kid, right? He used to work at the gym and train there. Very nice, though. Everybody likes him. He's one of those guys, like, you couldn't find anything not to like about him. He's like the friendliest person you ever meet, right? And he goes and asks him, he's on the hammer strength machine, how many sets you got? He just ignores them with his headset on. So, yo, how many sets you got? Ignores him again. Yo, how many sets? He goes, this, what? And he's like, how many sets you got? 3. Just like that, puts it on for no reason. And that's because this kid actually has muscle, right? The only people that he is talking to, that he actually talks to, is all people that are less than him, younger than him, kids, girls, shut down. Like, so he's literally he's meets the type, if you're to look at the psychology of psychopaths, sociopaths, serial killers, is he's like he only will associate with people weaker than him. Anyone stronger, he's very intimidated. So hence he likes to basically hurt weaker prey. Kind of like the theory behind kids hurting animals.
Yeah.
Because they can't bully anybody else around. The only thing that can hurt is a little dog or cat. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's that same. You can literally see the psychology on him. I'm like, there's no doubt. If he's not a child molester, then he's a guy, he either beats his wife or his kids. It's something shady. It's something along those lines.
Well, it is. People who are fucking weak-minded and they get intimidated by. You see, that's we're all getting talking about stuff. But if people don't like it, fucking turn the video off. But this is good shit because the way I look at it, you got fucking betas and you got alphas. And when I fucking be the alpha, that's who I want to talk to. I don't want to talk to some fucking pussy ass motherfucker that's just going to try to be cool or be a follower or whatever. And people, I think in general, just accept mediocrity. Oh, I'm a fucking fat ass, I'm okay, I don't want to push to do anything better. I say, fuck that bullshit. I have to accomplish shit all the time because that's how you stay fucking alive.
Dude, it's funny because like some people hire me for like, coaching services like that too, whether it be nutrition, whatever, training advice. And it's funny. I'll tell you, dude, the biggest fucking word I hear out of people's mouth. And it's like, dude, I didn't say I'm going to try to train you to be Dorian Yates. We're talking to get you from 250 pounds down to 200, right? Yeah. The biggest word I hear is, oh, dude, I can't do that. It's like, I could probably get down to 230. What's this can't? What's fucking can't? Get that fucking can't. I was like, dude, I'm not even asking much of you. For starters, if you don't have a lot of muscle on your body, 200 pounds, you're still kind of fucking fat, especially if you're 5'10". Yeah. Unless you're jacked, you're fat, bro. You're telling me you can't even get down to just less fat than from super fat? Your bar is so low of mediocrity is here. It's like, dude, you've already I see why you have failed in life already. You have no self-belief and no self-discipline and just such a low bar that I'm like, my fucking head's ready to explode. Yeah, it's
pretty fucking comical. But you know what? The way I look at it, when I talk to other people that start complaining about that stuff, I say, well, the thing is, there's so many fucking pussy ass followers that just gonna make you look that much better.
Yeah,
to the grand scheme of things, job wise, whatever, health wise. So fuck these pussy asses. They can exist. I don't care. Fuck them.
No, I agree. Dude, it's funny because at my gym, there's no like pro bodybuilders that train there. There's been a couple that were about to turn pro and shit, but they no longer train there. They haven't been there in a few years. But anytime, especially if I'm dieted down, if I'm in a tank top, whatever, people comment, oh my God, like I'm this most impressive fucking goddamn Nick Walker looking motherfucker walking around. Yeah. And I tell them, like, dude, I'm nothing special at all because I compare myself to actual pro bodybuilders. I look at that, so I'm like, I'm nothing. I'm light years behind them. I just tell them, and they're like, what? I'm like, dude, the only reason you think I look so good, I was like, because everybody here just sucks so bad. Yeah. I was like, that's the reason. I was like, so your gauge of what's great is just so goddamn low. It's like, so kind of like you said, doing me a favor because you're making me look like I'm just fucking incredible. It's like, which
Yeah.
I'm really not. I was like, I'm very just mediocre compared
Yep.
to what's the all in all out there. I was like, dude, go to a bodybuilding expo, go to the Olympia, go to the Arnold, and just walk around the expo and come back and tell me how great I look. You'd be like, you wouldn't even give me a second look. But
Yeah.
they'd never seen that because they look at themselves in the mirror or just watch at your local gym. I'm like, yeah, because everybody here, I was like, who? I was like, show me somebody here that's impressive. They'll point to one or two people. I'm like, that's not, you call that impressive, bro? I was like,
Yeah.
Jesus, fuck. I was like, you got to get out of your house. That ain't impressive at all.
Yeah. They don't know any better. I mean,
And again, and apply it to music. That's why what's heavier than Pantera? To them, that's the heaviest thing they've heard because they never even heard anything out. They're just, their bar's so low. Never even heard Sodom, never even heard Creator.
I know that's funny talking with people about music and like, I like Pantera, but it's just, I fucking hate the people that listen to it, the average person. And I hate using this analogy, but sometimes people, what do you listen to? Heavy stuff. And what, like Pantera? I'm like, yeah, kind of, but that's either say Pantera or Metallica, they can kind of put the pieces together, but they still have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
But
what I do is when I definitely want to get either a rise out of them or not have much of a conversation, but just put it in their head like, oh shit, yeah, okay, that's not what I was thinking. I'll mention off bands that I do like, but might not be my top favorites, but have the most appalling names. For example, like Satanic War Master.
yeah.
I'll say something like that because they're just like, oh shit, that don't sound anything like Slipknot. You know what I mean? I'll just use the most shocking names to just a regular person when they're thinking. You know what I mean?
It's
and
funny.
That gets them like, oh fuck.
That's funny you mention it because my go-to band for that when I'm just trying to offend somebody. Oh yeah, my favorite band is Bathtub Shitter from Japan.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
yeah. Exactly. The names like that. Yeah, exactly. Stuff that's gonna get or you have fun. Hell's Headbangers, Shit Fucker, things like that. Like bands like that. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't think we're talking about the same thing. Damn straight we aren't. So why are we talking?
Yeah, it's fucking weak shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess let's talk about something controversial. Maybe get these fucking pussies excited about something. It's funny how you mentioned it was a video a while back talking about Grand Belial's Key and Goat Moon. If you did a show that it would sell it would. People fucking love those. I mean, I like them too. I like them too.
I like them too. I just what annoys me about the fan base is a little bit is like, why would that sell out with something else? Good one. I'm like, you only like 2, 3, 4 bands. I question that. That's my only. It's nothing against annoyed with the bands. Just sometimes the fan base. I'm like, what? I'm like, I just don't get it.
I think it's also too that those bands, if they play, it's very rare, and if it is,
I can see that.
People protesting it and all this shit. So but I've come across people that really like NSBM and stuff, but you can tell they're just trying to do it because it's the edgy thing. It's people like fuck it. I like it because the music is good. I don't. I mean, not some of it.
Funny. That's what I get annoyed too. That's why stuff like Argyle, Slint, the Goat Moons and shit.
Yeah.
Part of their fan base, again, it's not the band themselves. The fan base that annoys me. I was like, dude, you guys are only in this because it is controversial. I was like, when I say I like Goat Moon, dude, when I first listened to Goat Moon, I didn't even know about any controversy shit. I talked about it slightly on Craig's channel, my brother, that Hellcast.
Yeah.
And he kind of brought it was news to me. Like it went over my because the first thing I got was the Varjan album, right? Yeah. I saw the name Goat Moon with an owl on the cover. I'm like, what's owls? I didn't think anything of it. Okay, they're racist. News to me. I just liked it because I thought it was good black metal.
No, it's a racist owl on the cover.
Well, you find out they have that the people ripping on me on my channel. They have Nazi flags in their shows. I'm like, I've never seen them, dude. Well, you're a dumbass. It's on YouTube. I was like, I've never YouTubed them. I was like, I didn't know. I've never seen it. So I was like, and I think some people think that I'm legitimately just saying that. But I was like, no, I had no fucking idea. And the funny thing is, people that know me know that I'm not bullshitting. Like, no, that's really how he is. Like, dude, he doesn't have a Facebook. He's completely out of the loop for a lot of shit.
That's hilarious. Yeah, but I mean, and that too, when people cry about that shit, I mean, unless you were just sitting there and you had a fucking swastika flag behind you, that's another thing. But if you're just listening to the music, because on this channel, I talk about all kinds of bands. I like these scary racist bands. I like left-wing bands. I like Agothicles, who's pure fucking left-wing hippie shit, but I like their music.
I didn't even know. See, I didn't even know that.
Oh, they are very, very much. But I don't care. I like their music, and then I'll listen to whether it's Vaginal Jesus or
Yeah.
Order of the Death's Head or whoever, Goat Moon. I don't care, you know. And
No, I never did that. Never, dude. Before this last 7, 8 years of complete pussiness, that shit never even entered my mind. Like I didn't even look at it. Like I was just indifferent. I didn't think anything of it on the topics. It didn't even cross my mind.
well, I don't know. I think it's different places are different because it's kind of funny here in Texas when you go to a black metal show, you see tons of NSBM patches and stuff, and then you see left wing stuff, but nobody's fighting or nobody's crying about it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you heard of the band True Iron Will.
Yes, we've had them in stock, but I know nothing about them. I just know that
They're good. They're very good. They're from Austin, and the drummer is black, and that motherfucker had a Grand Belial's Key shirt on the last time I saw him play. He likes the music, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No, that's how it should be, and not to mention when you start whining and crying again, I'm going to be the first guy to fucking. I'm kind of surprised no one said this, especially maybe they do, especially when it comes to fucking the press and shit like that and politics, which I don't follow. So I'm the first one to say it. Anybody that's supporting this cancel culture and shit like that, I've been saying it left and right. I was like, dude, to me, you're anti-America.
Yeah.
You know how that people hate to be called that? Like, oh no, you can't burn American flags like that. So I'm just throwing them on the bus. I was like, you are. I was like, how can you say you're not? That's freedom of speech. Yeah. That's one of the things. You say you love this country and shit. Okay, what do you love about it then? What it's supposed to represent is freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of religion. That's not freedom of what you like. It's freedom of anything. Yeah. Meaning the shit you disagree with too. So when you're trying to cancel these guys, to me, that's what dude. You may as well have an American flag burning in your yard.
Yeah, that's weak shit right there. Because I see stuff all the time, or if I see somebody with a shirt on that I don't like, I'm not going to go fucking fight them over it. Just whatever. Right. That's what you like. Right. What you like, And
actually, I prefer it too because it lets you kind of know who to weed out, weed in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I see stuff about shows where people, they won't let certain people in because they have a scary patch on their jacket or something. That's fucking weak shit right there.
I've been told supposedly somebody said it now. Somebody said somebody at Maryland Death Fest did that for a guy wearing a Goat Moon shirt. Yeah. However, he was bitching, Maryland Death Fest wouldn't let me in. Supposedly, though, as you do the grip up, like guys that run Maryland, like that wasn't us. That was a bouncer at the door being a dick. We had no, like we didn't approve that. Oh, yeah. That was just a guy that got hired for his $12 an hour to work for that evening, just was being a dick.
Oh, really? Well,
that's the two sides of that story I heard. Yeah. So what's true, what's not? I wasn't there, but that's what I heard.
Yeah, that's how it goes. And it's also too funny. A few years back when Horna played here, there was a lot of people protesting and crying about the show and trying to get it shut down because they're evil Nazis or some bullshit. I didn't go to it. The bass player from Mordant Rhed went. They ended up having it at another location. I think it was at somebody's house. I can't remember, but there was apparently people outside protesting. And it's funny that there was like Mexican guys and black guys going outside and Sieg Heiland people just playing with them, man. I wish I would have went because I heard it was very fucking hilarious. They're sitting there trying to protest, and the whole thing is fucking stupid, man.
How far was that show from you?
What's that?
How far was that show from you where they played?
Oh, for me, it was close. I mean, 40 minutes or something.
Oh, yeah.
I was being a fucking dumbass and didn't go.
Yeah, I've had my fair share of that too.
Yeah, now I'm kicking my ass because I don't know when Horna is going to come again.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Well, actually, for you, but you're not going to. Is Horna? They're playing Metal Threat right next year. Are they on the list?
Are they?
They were one of them.
They could be. I don't know.
Well, maybe it was Sargeist. It was one of those bands.
That would be cool to see them too.
It was one of the bands on the list that I saw for Metal Threat. But that's still a haul for you. Well, Chicago. How far is Chicago from you? It's 6 hours from me.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hike. Driving wise, I'm just guessing 12, 15 hours. I could be wrong. It's way up there. But here in Texas, we have a lot of fests. I mean, even coming up next year, had it's called Hell's Heroes.
Yeah.
This year, it's going to be fucking Sodom playing.
Yeah. Because people were asking me if I was gonna go. I was like, for Sodom alone, I would consider it. I was like, but the only thing is Sodom's playing MDF, and I'm definitely going to that.
Yeah,
So MDF is just a 5.5 hour drive for me.
yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to the closer location. That's all.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a good show though, man. They had 3 or 4 days. Last year it was Triptychon where they did a whole Celtic Frost set and
Uh,
Violence played and
uh,
Razor. Pretty fucking good. This year, or I'm sorry, next year, it's Autopsy's playing and a bunch of other bands. I can't remember, but it's a fucking solid ass lineup.
is there always a good turnout? Like a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of people? Okay.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people, and it's interesting that in Texas there's a lot of older people that are still into metal too. I mean, not a huge amount, but there still is a good amount of old fucks you see walking around with Deicide shirt from 1991 or something.
Yeah.
So I feel it's funny too. I'm talking to a lot of these people on this YouTube channel. People email me. A lot of people talking about how they never get shows where they're at, and I guess I feel like I'm kind of spoiled where I'm at because I get to see all the fucking shows, but I couldn't even imagine being in some hillbilly town with nobody that likes that.
It's funny you say it, dude. I didn't start realizing that myself until probably at least 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Because the same thing, because we get tons of shows too. And I just thought, oh, they just go to every town.
yeah,
I just assumed that was the norm. So, but
yeah.
no, it's not. That's the thing.
I know. I guess I should feel thankful because also too, whether either Houston or drive up to Austin or to San Antonio, 3 major cities are always good shows. I mean,
Oh yeah, especially you. Yeah. I mean,
those,
I've never officially been to Texas. Well, technically, I've been. I've been in the airport. We flew over for a layover, but I never. But I've been wanting to. That's why the Hells Heroes or something. I've considered Francisco from Jamming Out Badass. You got to come to such and such. So I was like, dude, I will totally. Like Lindsay and I will fly down to for a fest for Texas. I was like, but it's got to be a lineup for me to, fly and get an Airbnb. I mean, I'm always for that shit. We travel all the time. I was like, but it's got to be a lineup I really want to see. I'm
yeah,
not going to fly out for one or two bands,
yeah,
you know. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm
This,
totally up for it because I want to see Texas too in general. Because I've heard good things about. I've heard people that love Texas and I hear people that hate it. I think I would, knowing my personality, know what I know about it. I've been to New Mexico and Arizona several times. I think I personally would like it. I think I would like it.
yeah.
Personally.
I mean, there's the problem with like Houston. Normally, people are very friendly, but with all this shit changing, people moving from California, and
Oh
there's a lot of
yeah.
people that move here because the cost of living is pretty
Sure.
decent, and the
Yeah.
property taxes are not astronomical. So that's why they come here. There's a big medical field here, so you get a lot of fuckers from out of state, and they act like assholes. But for the most
That's
part,
why
it's
that's
fine.
why Yosuke from Nuclear War now moved there.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah. Now you met him, right?
yeah. We go up to this shop every once in a while, and shit, a lot of times I go up there and spend $500 or $600.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one time I went in there and I was fucking very lit up. A bunch of us went in there. We were drinking fucking wine in the car, and then went in there and oh, it was. Yeah, I bought a lot of shit. I'm sure he was happy about it.
Yeah.
Hey, what about this? I got this, and then
Yeah.
they say, "Hey, you want to come in the back? I got some more stuff, some scary stuff." And just,
Yeah. Is he a cool guy? Is he a cool guy then in person?
yeah.
Okay, because I've only dealt with him through email. I've never met. I'd love to meet him, but I didn't know
Yeah.
how he is in person. I
No,
always just picture when I pictured him. I always pictured him just as kind of quiet and stuck to himself. That's just how I pictured him in my mind.
well, I mean, he's not I mean, I haven't partied with him. It's just talking with him in the shop and whatnot. But
Yeah.
he's not some loudmouth or nothing like that. But he has a good personality, and I mean, we go in there, talk music, and I enjoy going there. And we always go and drop off some fucking CDs there, and then I'll buy a bunch of shit.
Now is he like your age?
Actually, I would assume probably around that, something like that.
That's what I assumed. Like late 40s is what I assumed he was.
Because I know when we talked about certain shows and time frames, he was around the same time. So I'm assuming. And also a good thing about him too, he's an athletic guy too. He trains and crazy
okay.
shit.
Yeah. That makes sense because he's Japanese, right?
Yeah.
And Japanese are generally, from what I understand, a little more health conscious than Americans.
Oh yeah, you're not going to see some unless they're a sumo wrestler. Other than that, they're not going to look like that.
Yeah.
He's got a cool shop, man. It's very nice. Go in there, and he's got a big warehouse in the back. from what I've seen, the videos of yours, I don't think it's as big as yours, but it's still pretty nice size though.
But we don't have a shop area. All this, because sometimes people come in like, "Hey, can I look around?" I'm like, "You can, man." I was like, "But it's just set up as a warehouse."
Right.
So yeah, things are alphabetized. Don't be wrong, but it's not set up nice and neat for looking. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can look at the shelves if you find shit. We'll go, yeah, we can ring you up. But it's not like customer setup friendly. Like you're walking into a nice setup record store. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
literally all warehouse. A lot of shit's in boxes and crap like that.
Yeah, if I ever went there, I'd probably be in there for 3 fucking hours looking at shit because that's usually most people when they go with me to a record store, they better be drunk because they know I'm going to be in there for 3 hours looking at everything, and they're over there like, man, you ready to go? I'm like, I told you, why did you even come with me?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you
yeah,
knew
yeah,
this
yeah,
is going to happen.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Sure.
know it's funny though, like all the other guys I know around here, like in my little circle, they all listen to fucking classic shit. They're still into it, never stop, but they're not as much as into buying music
Yeah,
like I am. They're like,
yeah,
oh, I'll
yeah,
just
yeah,
fucking stream it. You know?
yeah.
But I
I mean,
still
no, no,
like,
I still buy myself when I collect, but I only buy the stuff that I hear, especially with the new band that I really like.
yeah,
Like it's got to be stuff I really like, unless somebody else they just give it to me. Otherwise, I'm like, yeah, if I could just YouTube it or whatever, I'll do that. But if it's something I really like for example, when that band Pharmacist came out, Me as
yep,
Man and Necrosis, a few bands that really hit me that I really enjoyed. Spider, that's the shit. I was like, yeah, I want
it's a
to own
good
like a
band.
vinyl. I was like,
Yeah,
I want to own like a vinyl of this and a CD, but I can't. And with you, like we were talking earlier, so many bands you can't be every band, so you got to be more selective.
yeah,
But back when I was a teenager, but it kind of makes sense when I was a teenager. That's when you're first getting into it. So you're finding out about all the greats.
yeah.
So you're buying tons of shit. Now, so again, now that I've kind of, now I wouldn't say cleared it, but got most of the essential stuff, I'm very selective on what I get. Because, and part of it is, dude, I'm kind of out of space too. Like it's really, like you saw my fucking record class, like it's a lot of falls. Holy shit. Anyone, if they walk to my office, because they just see a glimpse of it, they'd be like, holy fuck, this is a lot of shit.
I understand because I'm the
Yeah.
same way. This room that I'm in is a
Yeah.
room completely dedicated to music, and
Yeah. That's what mine is.
yeah, I make sure I don't buy because before the old days I go buy a stack of CDs, but now I look for something really cool and also too, it's something cool packaging. If it's a cool
Yeah.
old re-release with a cool book in it or something, I'll buy
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah. Like that's a lot of stuff. Funny too. It's the stuff that I do buy. It's a lot of stuff. It's like I already own it, but it's like a new pressing, but it looks
Yeah,
really, really nice. But I'm like, if it's like one of my favorite albums, I don't mind doing that for. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
absolutely. It's funny.
So,
One thing that came out recently, and I know that you had it on your shop, and I literally was on your website about to order it. Was the anal cunt box set?
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
I
Those
was
sold out. The first batch, I think we sold all out of them in pre-order, and then we got another small batch out, and then it sold out in a few days.
I know I was about to buy it, but then I just wanted that fucking book in there. That's all I
Yeah, yeah.
wanted because I have all the 7 inches and shits, and I don't need a 12 inch of just a bunch of just. It all sounds the same, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why I was like, man, if they just sold a fucking book, I would have bought that. I just did. It just didn't. I just didn't need all that shit. You
Yeah, no,
know?
I 100% hear you on that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it was cool packaging. I know the original one had like little figurine or cutouts or something of the band
Something like that, because
members.
there was a black vinyl version. What was there? A white? And I don't know if like one had, yeah, one of them had what you're talking about, one of them didn't. It was something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah. Yeah.
but all I wanted was that fucking book, man. It was
Yeah.
cool
Well, a
shit.
lot of it is because that was Fuck Off and Die Records in Italy. And he does a lot, like the releases he does, they're nice. You know what I mean? He does a lot of stuff I'm not into, like
Yeah.
maybe some like crusty punk shit and stuff like that, like obscure stuff too. I was like, never even heard of this. But he has done a good handful of stuff I like. But nonetheless, all his releases they look really good. Come with a booklet type of shit and stuff like that.
I think in this day and age, it needs to be because
Because otherwise, people are just gonna want to stream it. Yeah,
I mean, just to buy a CD with a single picture in there, I'll
yeah,
just stream it. That's why when the shit we make, I try to do something extra to have a reason
yeah,
to buy it because
yeah, yeah.
otherwise just stream it and whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what I look for stuff. You know, I know that stuff. Excuse me, that you always put out is very good, and even Nuclear War now. I love how they'll put a 12 inch and put large books in there and stuff like
yeah,
that. And
yeah,
cool stuff, man.
yeah, 100%.
But yeah, so we're at up to an hour. Is there anything else you want to touch upon? Anything you want to announce? I know you are backed up on releases and whatnots.
I guess not to start a 2-hour conversation, but I guess just real quick, give your take, which I already have a very good idea what the fuck it's going to be. But since I think we last talked, kind of like the biggest video, well, one of them that I did that got people talking was not them specifically, but you can use them specifically if you want. But what did you think of my take on that goddamn Decibel cover with Tomb Mold on there, looking like a bunch of goddamn fucking GameStop workers? You know what I mean? Like just total nerds that are Screech Powers from Saved by the Bell. And I called out. Most people understood, but some people like, what the fuck does it matter what they look like? What do you say to that? And again, it doesn't have to specifically be them, just bands like that. You're in a death black metal, you're an extreme music metal band, and you look like that. What is your take on that?
Two things. Actually, what's funny you mentioned that because after you did that, the channel I talked about, No Solution, I mentioned earlier, he did like a video kind of piggyback on the one that you did. And what was funny is the thumbnail had that cover and it said, "Does image matter?" And then it had our album right beside it with us.
Oh, no shit. Oh, no, that's cool.
So yeah, it was a good comparison. And now my thought on that is, okay, if I saw that, I mean, I've heard Tomb Mold before, some of the old stuff. It's okay. It's not my favorite band.
I think the music's okay. Yeah, from what I've heard, same here.
But when I see those guys, I've never met them before, but to me, those guys look like some people that would come to a party at my house that they would end up getting their ass kicked. That's what either that or everybody's talking shit to them and making fun of them. That's what I see out of that. You know,
yeah, that makes sense.
What was it? One guy had a video game T-shirt on or some shit.
Dude, it was just dorky shit, and they just looked like a bunch of nerds. I'm like, what is it? Like, I just don't, because again, like I'm thinking the way my mentality worked too is I'm thinking to myself again as 15 years old before YouTube and shit existed, and you're at a fest or you're at whatever, and everybody's distros are set up, or you're in a record store, you're flipping through records and CDs. And yeah, you see Mordant, Rhed, or you see this, you got to choose something like, why would I even want this? I'm like, I was like, I'll be looking at this. I'm like, this has to suck.
Yeah.
Judging a book by its cover. And this has to be better.
Yeah.
That's just the way I would view it. So like me being like, you're in a band, that's just how my mind works, just even as marketing your band. And again, yeah, you don't have to be denim and leather and completely duped out. But my mindset, you should at least, if somebody looks at you, an outsider, I don't give a shit if it's the fucking goddamn delivery boy at fucking Papa John's, 16 years old. If he looks at you and you're in a band photo, he should be like, that guy listens to metal. You should at least look like that. Minimally just that. You don't have to be above and beyond. But if you ask that guy that fucking he's delivering your pizza, what kind of music do you think he listens to? Looks over, probably metal music. That should be the answer out of his mouth when he's looking at your band image.
I agree, because just people think, well, it's not all about the look, it's about the music. I want to see theatrical shit. I mean, I want to see that. And when there's a certain type of music, it just comes hand in hand. And I see that fucking pussy ass picture of them on that cover. That just looks like some weak shit to me.
Imagine those guys. Imagine if you weren't even old enough either, but all of us, but like when Welcome to Hell came out and black metal, when they came out, and you're one of the guys that picked them up in the record store, and they're finally coming to town. You heard this scary, evil shit, and the guys that get up on stage are the Tomb Mold guys. You're like, this don't fucking fit at all. Isn't that what you'd be thinking?
No, it's some weak shit.
It'd be kind of a turn. I would be, as a kid, you'd be disappointed. You were expected to see something dark and evil.
Yeah. I don't know. That's true. I don't know if Tomb Mold, what their lyrics are like, but also too, I don't like it when they're trying to add these socially aware lyrics and shit like that too. I
don't know if they do that. I don't get that vibe because we've had their LPs and there's that bottomless pit demo. From what I understand, it just came off as very, whether for good or bad, just came off very, let's try to be like a 90s death metal band. From the image, from the lyrics, from the name, everything. That's how it came off as. So I don't know if they have like topics like that. I didn't get that vibe, but I never actually read the lyrics either.
It's one of those bands I've listened to. I don't own anything, but yeah, I think you need to look a certain way. Just like if you buy a fucking a skinhead band, people should be fucking in boots and braces and all that shit. I just expect to see that. It just kind of fits with it, and it's a fucking black metal. People make fun of, that's fucking corny corpse paint. Well, I want to see that. Yeah,
I know. I kind of agree. Yeah, when you think black metal, for the most part, you think corpse paint or spikes, or that's just what pops in my head, not a bunch of fucking hippies.
Yeah, I don't know. It's you go back to the early listening to death metal, like I think of early pictures of like Malevolent Creation. They just had fucking band shirts on.
But they look like metal guys. Yeah.
Yes. And they look like if you fucked with them, they'd probably fight you. Not just like, fucking pussy ass shit. It's about fucking, I don't know. I like fucking tough ass music and not some fucking crying shit. And
well, just by definition, too, metal was supposed to be aggressive, like aggressive style of music. That's what it was known as to like parents and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like this fast, aggressive music. So yeah, the guys playing it should look somewhat manly, in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree. It's fucking hilarious. But again, you got a lot of quality bands coming out these days and a lot of fucking garbage. And I just don't listen to that pussy shit. And but what's funny though, we have like a group text chat of all the other guys I know, and people purposely always send pictures of this fucking pussy ass looking bands. Hey, look at this fucking gay ass shit. And I'm just like,
there's other of just random bands.
Yeah, and they know it's just gonna piss me off. They're trying to do it to piss me off. I'm like, man, stop sending me that fucking shit.
Yeah.
But crazy shit. But yeah, back to about your video. I agree. I think metal should look a certain way. I mean, if I'm wearing it needs to look a certain way. And I also go back and think of back when, even this, when, like Gorefest, I really liked them, but I think it was it False? I think it was False. Even though this is not that big of a deal.
They do look a little set on the back of False, yeah.
Yeah, the motherfucker had a Fishbone shirt on, which is
something like that,
metal, which Fishbones, it's okay, but I was like, man, that guy shouldn't be wearing that shit.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, just like there's a press photo with Sinister as well. The guy's wearing a Nirvana shirt. And I'm like, it's one thing I could understand as you as a musician, maybe you like some Nirvana on the side. I was like, but you being in a death metal band and your press photo, I wouldn't have, again, if he's going to Walmart and doing his groceries, you wear it there, fine. But for your actual photo, I was like, personally, I just wouldn't have worn that.
Absolutely. I mean, Nirvana, some of that stuff, it's okay, but I would never.
See little things like that. Another reason you wouldn't wear a Fishbone or a Nirvana shirt is because they should have known, because they're before my time, that was early 90s, and I'm sure they had a similar way of doing it in the 80s, is you looked at what band members, what shirts they were wearing, and by thanks list to check out other bands.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you're kind of like paying homage to your scene, your brothers in the scene. You know what I mean? Like giving a shout out to whoever. Sinister was wearing a goddamn, Altar shirt or whatever, you know what I mean? Another band, they're wearing a Gorefest or vice versa. It's kind of like, I don't know. I just felt like that's kind of what you just by default do.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were trying to kind of do something different. And I could be wrong, but I think about back then, the mid 80s, like Anthrax started wearing like colorful shorts and shit. And they were trying to,
I can see that.
Yeah. Fistful of Metal and the early shit, they were all wearing leather jackets and shit.
Yeah.
I think it was after Among the Living, and then albums after that, they started dressing fucked up looking. I remember Charlie Benante had a fucking Sinead O'Connor shirt on in one picture. So I don't know if it was just like a rebellion, like, well, everybody looks evil. Let's show that we're not all evil. It's not about that. Like, motherfucker, it should be evil. It's all about evil and killing and raping. And and it's funny too. In '83, when Shout at the Devil came out, Motley Crue, my dad bought that album, and I thought it was so good. And my mom was pissed, saying, "You don't need to be letting them listen to that shit," and was mad at my dad about it. And then shortly after that, I saw a commercial with Vince Neil on there, and he was talking about saying no to drugs. And my dad was like, "You see, they're not really Satanists. They're really normal people. Like, that's not what I want to see. I want to see you fucking shout at the devil."
He was disappointed.
Yeah, I know. It was a letdown.
Yeah.
But
and then who's that guy to be doing a commercial saying, say no to drugs?
Yeah, no shit. Hit the wrong fucking guy.
Yeah. Jesus, fuck.
Yeah, that would talk about a fucking hypocrite right there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I sure hope he got paid good to say that, because goddamn.
That's probably shortly after that is when he got in that fucking wreck and killed the guy from Hanoi Rocks.
Right. That's what I mean. Yeah. Those guys are the biggest train wrecks of any band, to my knowledge, as far as history goes.
Yeah, if you ever want to read something funny, go read the Dirt Motley Crue book. That's some funny shit right there.
Oh, those guys. So if you had the chance to hang out with any of the guys in Motley Crue, like hang out, go have some beers with, dinner with, would that be like, say it was free, you got offered? Is that something you would look take up or you would decline? Like, would that
I'm
interest you? That's okay.
I mean, I'm not the type of person that's starstruck. I don't give a shit about that. But if somebody said, "Hey, you want to go party with him?" Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd go.
I just didn't know what your stance was if you were just so thought they're so deplorable, or if you're like, fuck no, I think they're cool. Yeah, I would yeah.
Yeah, it would be one of those times where I'd have to get ready to be fucking just wiped out the whole time because I pick my battles. People think that
Yeah.
I'm just fucking drunk every day. No, you can't just be
Yeah.
fucking wiped out every day. But if I knew that I had opportunity to go do that, I would pack a bunch of bottles of Jack Daniels and go up there and.
Yeah, okay.
But these days they may be old fucks and just lay there.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think those guys even still party anymore though?
Probably not.
Like, they might not, or I'm sure it's severely toned down. They'd almost have to by default for just being so old.
Yeah, it'd be better to do it in the 80s. Probably have a bunch of fucking hookers in there and
Probably would. Probably would.
that'd be more. I'd be all about that. Nah, man. When it comes to Motley Crue, though, Shout at the Devil, I still love that album. It's
Yeah, the first two I think are great.
yeah,
After
Too
the
Fast
second,
for Love.
yeah, Too Fast for Love and the Shout at the Devil, those are the only two. I like those. I even got the demos on CDR.
Hey, those are good.
Yeah,
Those
no, they
good.
are. Yeah, it's totally good. Like Black Widow and shit's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, good shit. But what was the third album? Theater of Pain, or was that Girls, Girls, Girls?
I think it was Theater of Pain. I get those mixed up.
Yeah, Theater of Pain. I remember liking like 2 or 3 songs, but most of it, I'm like, man, this is fucking sucks.
Yeah, all the subsequent albums, they would have a couple of songs that are okay, but overall, like Theater of Pain and Girls, Girls, Girls,
yeah,
that really doesn't do shit for me.
I 100% agree. But that's the one everyone, especially, I think Girls, 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 I think that's their big hit album, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I would have to think that's their number one seller as far as albums.
Yeah, well, I think Dr. Feelgood was pretty popular too. And I think Home Sweet Home is on that album, which was a real popular song.
I mean, yeah, I know that's a popular song. You hear it on
I think it's on Dr. Feelgood. I can't remember.
Okay.
But I don't know.
I know, for example, Home Sweet Home, I didn't like that song.
No, it's not very good. But
yeah.
I don't know. And it goes back to the fact of how, listening to metal for the long run, I'll get onto a kick and I listen to nothing but Motley Crue and Cinderella and Wasp and shit like that. And then I'll go back to Sarcophago and Volcano or some shit like that.
Yeah. Well, because if you listen to, too much of the same thing for too long, it becomes a little bit ear fatigue.
Yeah.
So then, you have other stuff to resort to. Because there was that many different subgenres in the genre.
Right. So that's good stuff, man. I never get tired of it and just keep it going. But yeah. Anything else you want to talk about? I mean, I could keep going, but it would make it a 2-hour fucking video.
Yeah, no, I don't think I had anything else that I wanted to bring up. Just, like I said, got those goddamn Mordant Rhed CD demos in. So fucking, if you want that, don't be a pussy. Put in the special instructions. Other than that, I can't really think of anything. Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell everybody to go fuck themselves and fuck life and fuck the motherfucking planet.